In this video, I'll explain how to display all x-axis labels of a bar plot using the R programming language. Let's do that. In the video, I will show you two examples, and both of these examples are based on the example data frame that we can create with lines 2 to 3 of the code. So if you run these lines of code, you can see at the top right of RStudio that a new data set is created, which is called data. And if you click on this data set, a new window is opened, which is showing the structure of our data frame. And as you can see, our data contains two columns, a value column consisting of numeric values and a grouping column, which is identifying the different groups in our data. So if we want to draw these data with a bar plot using the basic installation of the R programming language, then we can apply the code that you can see in line 5. And in this line of code, I'm applying the Barplot function to our values column and to our group column. So if you run this line of code, you can see at the bottom right of RStudio that a new bar plot is created. However, you can also see that this bar plot contains many bars, but the x-axis of our plot shows only 3 different labels because the space below the bars is not enough to show all of the labels. So for that reason, we might want to change the default specifications of the Barplot function to show all of our labels. And this is what I show in the next lines of code, in lines 7 to 9. So in these lines of code, I'm again using the Barplot function, and I'm applying this function to our values and to our grouping column. But then I'm also specifying the las argument to be equal to 2, and this will lead to vertically aligned labels. And then I'm also reducing the size of our labels. So in this case, I'm using a cex.names value of 0.7. So the larger this value is, the larger are the labels of our x-axis. So if you run lines 7 to 9 of the code, you can see at the bottom right that our plot is updated. And as you can see, now the x-axis labels are vertically aligned and the labels are smaller than in the previous plot. And for that reason, we were able to show all labels in our plot. So in this first example, I have explained how to use the basic installation of the R programming language to display all x-axis labels of a bar plot. However, an even simpler method, in my opinion, is to use the ggplot2 package, as you can see in the following example, starting in line 11 of the code. So in lines 11 and 12 of the code, I'm first going to install and load the ggplot2 package. I have installed this package already, so for that reason, I'm just going to load it with line 12. And after running this line of code, we are able to use the functions of the ggplot2 package, such as the ggplot function, the geombar function, and the theme function. And it's important to note that the theme function is used to change the angle of our labels. So as in the previous example, we are changing the angle to 90 degrees. So in other words, we are using vertical labels, and we are also changing the size of our labels. So in this case, we are using the value 5. So if you run lines 14 to 16 of the code, you can see at the bottom that another bar plot has been created, and this time with a ggplot2 package. And again, you can see that all labels on the x-axis are displayed. So in this tutorial, I have explained how to display all x-axis labels of a bar plot in the R programming language. However, in case you want to learn more on this topic, you could check out my homepage, statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the R programming code of this video in some more detail, and I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video. Furthermore, if you have liked the video, I would be very happy if you leave me some positive feedback in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notifications in future when I'm releasing new videos to the channel. That's it for this video. Thanks a lot. See you next time.